Hello, and welcome to the 10th episode of the Space Jam Continuum.
Woo!
For those who missed last week, that's apparently a party popper noise.
Party popper noise.
We were
I couldn't find any anywhere.
We were going to get party poppers, but
I looked for the biggest one I could find.
Because it's an audio bit, we didn't think you'd get the full benefit.
No.
And, we're not made of money.
No, I'm literally not made of money.
Not made of party poppers.
Oh, that'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah.
People would be tugging bits of you all the time.
Yeah.
Other bits of you would be going, oh, woo, woo. Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong order. Woo!
There we go. That's it. That's the sound.
Streamers!
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Chris McLennan.
I'm Carl Noble.
And we're going to continue unabated on our quest to make a cohesive cinematic universe.
Let's play one.
Of the mess that is Looney Tunes.
Episode 10. Do you think we'd get here?
I did not.
I thought our brains would have dribbled out through our noses by this point.
And who's to say they haven't?
Well, I do have a runny nose quite a lot these days.
more
Just
so.
keep pulling away brain matter.
So
Oh god, it's horrible.
So last week we decided that Warner Brothers on both sides of the portal was probably a front for activities in the portal, but the Toon World are far more open about it. Like,
yeah, they just seem to know.
They all seem to know that we're there.
Yeah,
they know to treat it responsibly. So what does that say about us?
We can't be trusted.
We can't be trusted.
Can't be trusted with the knowledge.
No.
It would ruin us, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, look what happened when two Toons did escape.
Yeah.
Wow.
It went tits up,
did not go well. I mean, things aren't still going well. In at this time point.
That's true. It's going pretty badly.
Yeah.
But let's see if that's reflected in the Toon World.
Yeah. Well, next up we've got Chicken Jitters, Porky Pig. So starting off with a Porky Pig.
Maybe he's back home on the farm.
Oh yeah, he does like to go back home to the farm though.
He does like to go back home to the farm. Yeah.
Normally when he's down on his luck.
Yeah, but he was doing okay in show business again.
I mean, doing okay. He was getting by being rather racist. But...
Yeah, but that's not the first time he's made his money being a bit racist.
Heathen.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's give this a go. Chicken Jitters, Porky Pig, April 1st, 1939.
April Fool's Day.
You know
what I mean?
Well, I know what April Fool's Day is. So.
Okay, good.
Okay, right.
Glad we're on the same page.
Whew. So, Porky's love for ducks continues.
He loves the ducks. Absolutely loves them. He maybe has a certain affinity to them.
Yeah, I don't know. Because we thought this might have been like a flashback episode, and it was like an inciting event that would
spur
explain
him on.
why he feels such an affinity for ducks.
Yeah. Didn't feel that way though, did it?
No.
It definitely felt like it was more just, an episode in the standard timeline where he's just going.
He's back on a farm, but it's his own bit now.
It's Porky's chicken farm, basically.
Yeah. So maybe this is where
egg
the money
harvesting.
from the bag of money in the Porky the Gob.
Yeah. And then he bought himself a hat. So maybe the hat had nothing to do with the fact he had a yacht. He bought himself like some sort of egg farm and a nice hat.
A captain's hat.
Yeah. You want to be the captain of the farm? Maybe that was what it was about.
So prominent moments there then. Porky has chickens on his farm, but there's also some ducks that go down to the pond. One of them's still an egg. At the start, he's strolling along behind, and they all turn left to go to the pond, and he turns right. But he bumps into a tree. Egg cracks. There's a little duck there. He sees us. Like, he's all, he's being all cute.
Yeah.
But then he took a picture of us.
Yeah.
And it's probably not us. It's whoever was watching
the
it
audience,
in 1939. But
he wanted a photograph of them.
But again, I think like they're using various tunes, and from quite an early age, to get their work done, and the agency on the other side.
We only assume that he's young because he came out of an egg, but I mean,
it was small.
Yeah, I know, but
but they're using the little cuteness. He's like being and then just like
snap,
whacks the camera out, snap.
Yeah, investigating.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, so he must have been put in the egg for a cute little bit.
Yeah,
and just because it wasn't subtle taking the photo.
Oh no,
it was just enough to offset it where everyone would go, oh, and actually
all
it's
of a sudden having a photograph.
Hang on.
Yeah, because if Porky had just went, I'm being Porky, click, then people would have been like, whoa, what's all Pig Boy doing here?
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye out for that sort of lark.
Yeah, the investigation photos.
But yeah, so the little duck then gets nabbed by...
evil fox.
Fox or a wolf?
It was a fox. Yeah, he was identified as a fox.
Oh, right, okay.
Because it's in black and white, it's quite hard to tell.
Oh, yeah, of course. Fox. They all ran inside. Yeah. But yeah, he's nabbed by one of them. And Porky goes in to save the day. Doesn't go very well for him, but the other ducks step in to save the day. But Porky seems like hell-bent on maintaining the life of those ducks.
Oh, he's even though he gets deterred, he goes after him with a large axe. The fox pulls out a gun, shoots a lot of bullets at the axe, and then the axe just gets smaller.
Yeah, it's a small axe now.
Because that's how bullets work.
Yeah, that's exactly how bullets
work. They're smaller bullets. They make things smaller.
Yeah.
So he goes, oh, well, I can't attack him with that. Chucks that away. But then goes full in just fisticuffs.
Yeah. But
he is a boxing coach, so he's probably
That's true. He's all right. He took some hits, and he didn't seem too deterred.
He was learning jiu-jitsu in one of the early episodes as well.
He was when he was on holiday, but he was still in character as Mr. Moto.
Yes, but he definitely used that jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
in the episode to take down the Invisible Man.
Sure, but
so, he's learning.
But yeah, we didn't cover that in the Mr. Moto episode. If Porky's got a role, he's a full-on method actor.
Yeah, he gets right into it.
He's Mr. Moto until that role is done.
I'm thinking like from the episode that Killer was in, where he did quite well. Taking people down. Yeah. I think he's went, oh no, physical training. And he's like, I'm not being put in that position again where I don't really know what I'm up to. And now he's boxing, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He's becoming
quite formidable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm wondering if he's taken a look at the Pig Brother program that he's part of. And it's although his heart's still in it, he thinks maybe the method might be wrong and the mentoring needs to start earlier.
Yeah.
So you mentor them up to the trouser test. So I think he's got some ducks and he's waiting for one of them to have their moment, become sentient moment, and he will immediately kick in and start guiding them through the process. So they don't wind up a dangerous sociopath.
Like Daffy. So you think Daffy was his first and his big mistake. Didn't go well.
But he's still plugging away at it. He's going, I've got to do better. He's not quit.
Yeah.
Because Porky's not a quitter.
He's not. I think once he gets one duck that doesn't go Daffy, I think then he might branch out.
Because Dizzy was better.
Yeah.
Not great, but better.
No, definitely better, but
significantly better. It's not hard.
Well, no, I mean like Daffy
tried to kill him.
Yeah, Daffy sets the bar real low.
Yeah.
That's not limboable.
It's not a limboable bar.
there's a word for you.
Limboable.
Limboable.
Yeah, that's a low bar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Porky's taking his role in the Pig Brother program
he's
pretty seriously. Yeah. And he may be going against the grain in what the program would ask you to do, but he thinks he can improve it.
Yeah, he's got a goal in mind, and he's dedicated.
Yeah,
he is dedicated.
But that's mostly they're the two take homes from that episode. I think.
Yeah,
he's trying to change the Pig Brother program up, really stop these ducks getting so daffy, and also
the
photograph, which frankly a bit rude.
It was, wasn't it? Didn't ask or anything.
I felt like I'd been intruded upon, and it wasn't me.
I'm fairly certain there's not a picture of us in their universe.
That'd be good though, wouldn't it?
Oh, wouldn't it be great?
You're just flicking through some photos, and there's just one of me, and you're like, what the fuck?
Just sat on the settee drinking tea.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So, the next one is interesting timeline-wise, or could be, because it's called Daffy Duck and the Dinosaur.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know that dinosaurs have died out in their world yet, so...
It's true, but, like...
We haven't seen it.
Either way round, it's going to be a big adjustment, I think. Because we're either putting Daffy Duck way back in time.
Yeah.
Or we're saying that there's dinosaurs about. Still, there's just dinosaurs.
The thing is, like, both of those are big statements.
Yeah.
They're both quite large, I think.
Yeah. We've either got Daffy has been insane for millions of years.
Yeah.
Or there's still dinosaurs.
There's still dinosaurs kicking about.
Let's see. Daffy Duck and the Dinosaur, April 22nd, 1939. That's a tricky one, Cal.
Yeah, it's going to take some reconciling that, to be honest.
There's a lot of moving parts there.
Yeah, so
let's run them down.
You've got Daffy Duck.
We've got Daffy Duck.
Got a dinosaur.
We've got a dinosaur.
We've got a caveman.
We've got a caveman. We've got a little thing at the start that says our story is for no reason set in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
So it's a story.
It's a fundamental misunderstanding of the Stone Age is what it is.
We've got like neon signs and stuff.
Yeah.
How are we doing this?
I don't know. I think we get drunk and we go from there. It's too early in the afternoon.
Too early in the afternoon
for a drunk. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like as I was watching it, there were certain things. It's like, okay, is this just Daffy's granddad? Or not granddad, but one of his ancestors, and did sentience happen way earlier than we know
it can't be one of his ancestors though.
Well,
we've witnessed Daffy Duck have his he had to have his trouser test.
He did, yeah. So he wasn't born sentient.
He wasn't born sentient. So here's my current broad work theory, but there are holes in it.
Yeah,
laid out for a decent framework in which to operate. The last time we saw Daffy Duck, he became a director.
He did.
I think this is his first feature.
Oh.
So he's there, the Warner Bros. Plot.
Yeah.
He's putting on one of these shows for us that they're increasing the frequency of to make them more comfortable so that when they need them, we don't get freaked out. He's directed this film. He's being an egotistical sort of soul.
So
he's in it.
Yeah.
The word duck features, I would say, upwards of 50 times.
Yeah.
So he's directed this film. He found the archive of sort of films and stuff from our world.
Well, where we whiffed the whole Stone Age.
Well, we in film and television, we've pretty consistently whiffed the Stone Age bit so that there's dinosaurs and people knocking about together.
Yeah.
And I think he's taken something from that and he's rolling with it. But there are a couple of things it doesn't explain away. Well, I guess there's sort of three. One, there's a person in it, and we were on the understanding that there was a sort of demarcation. But maybe
he's a famous actor from the other side of the line, and he thought, well...
Yeah, and I think, because if you think about it in our world, even when... even in this sort of era where, the industry was pretty down on minorities.
Yeah.
There were still minority
of course there were.
actors. There just was also a load of weird racist shit going on. And so it could be the same sort of thing. It's everyone's down here. But except this guy, he's fine because he was in some films.
Yeah, we've seen him before.
So that's fine. But there's also a dinosaur. And I'm pretty sure that's a dinosaur.
Yeah, it looked what I'd imagine a cartoon dinosaur would look like.
So there are a couple of ways a dinosaur could have got into this point in the timeline.
Yeah.
It could have left the portal at an earlier stage and re-entered the portal. But that means there was a cartoon dinosaur knocking around in our world for a long time.
Oh, I'm sure I've seen a film with that kicking about before. Anyway.
That does. Maybe.
Maybe he was over this side and starring in some
Was
films.
there a film that was real world but with a cartoon dinosaur?
Yeah, this is what I've got in my head.
Shall we find out what that film is?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give us a second, folks. Give us a second.
I'll have to come back to that.
I'm pretty sure you've made up a film.
Maybe I have made up a film. There's some money for me.
It's called Warner Bros.
It's called Warner Bros.
It's time.
I've got a film. I've got a really good idea. You got any cartoon dinosaurs?
But yeah, so because that would have been good, because that would have meant that we could have had a cartoon dinosaur. We'd have had a cartoon dinosaur on our side of the portal.
Yeah, I mean, the film would have to have been old, though. Like, if it was a modern-day film, that wouldn't have helped.
Well, no, because it could be the dinosaur has, its line has survived on our side of the portal. There's always been a family of cartoon dinosaurs, you see.
Kicking about somewhere.
But failing that, then, we have to roll with at least some dinosaurs have survived somewhere in the Toon world, like, up till the modern day. Yeah. Like, so it wiped out most of the dinosaurs, but not all of the dinosaurs.
But there is still
like maybe there's like a dinosaur island or something like that.
Land that time forgot.
Exactly. So we have to roll with that as the theory. The other thing I found interesting in that episode is that Daffy, although it was like a cunning ruse to blow up the caveman...
Yeah, to stop him from hunting him.
It did make a very, very aggressive point of telling you how delicious duck is and how you should be eating duck.
It did. It was like the superfood, the food of choice.
And if Daffy made this film, then he's got a serious complex.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was maybe like a warning of, like duck is delicious, but if you
so do you think that was? So do you think they were satirical sort of signs of like everyone going on about how you should eat duck, and it was a cautionary tale
that he will come and find you and blow you up? He's a man. He's got skills. He's got skills.
Liam Neeson there.
Yeah. He's got certain skills.
It's a very particular set of Daffy skills.
He will find you.
Okay, so Daffy Duck's first picture then was a cautionary tale about eating duck. And the take home was, don't do it, I will blow you up.
yeah, I'll find you and I'll blow you up.
Okay. So we know Daffy's position there then.
Yeah.
And also, he seems to be making waves as a director.
Yeah, that was reasonably well put together. It had a start, middle and an end.
Also, he, was pretty focused on that. Like, he seemed much smarter.
Yeah, he didn't go super mental.
No, he was pretty together.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind that he's directed this film as well, like, maybe he's found his lot in life. Maybe he's going to simmer down a bit. Maybe because he's got a creative outlet now.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's it. Like maybe beforehand he just didn't have any way to focus all of that. Woo!
Exactly.
That's what it is.
That's what we're calling that.
It's got its own word now.
But, yeah, so it's nice to see things looking up. Maybe... given enough time, Porky and Daffy can maybe reconcile their differences.
I hope so, because I want Porky to feel as much as I shouldn't really like him, but I've got a soft spot for Porky. I'm hoping he kind of has this maybe I didn't do too bad with Daffy.
Yeah,
he just took a while.
Yeah, because he's having kind of a tough time at the moment, Porky. Like he's really second guessing himself. His signature confidence from the earlier episodes is sort of...
It's just not there.
Taking a back seat. His stutter's much worse.
It seems to be from the loss of Gabby. Like, since Gabby's gone, like Porky seems to have... That's when things start to go a bit downhill for him.
I don't know. I don't think... Because it started going downhill for him job-wise, but, in terms of his, plucky... sort of spirit.
His go-getter attitude.
His go-getter attitude. He's a young professional. That's been going downhill, I just think, since Daffy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hope things are looking up.
I hope they are.
It sounds like he's got a new job.
Yeah.
Because the next one up is Porky and Tea Biscuit. So I presume he's a jockey. Which his diminutive stature
will work well.
Mm. So
it's quite a nice title.
That's what we're going for then.
I like that.
Porky and Tea Biscuit, April 29th, 1939. He's back in the money, Cal.
Ah, he's got loads of money. $10,000 he just got off that.
And that's a lot. Because he admittedly, he bought a bad horse, right?
Because
there was a very strange, but $11 I presume is quite a lot because
I guess so. He seemed put out by it.
He seemed put out. So the auction works in a weird way, right?
Very weird.
Because you
bid on string.
There's a rope. It leads off to the stable,
and you find what's at the end of it. And that's what you bid on.
The rope, and then you go and get it. Yeah. And he leads up, and he thinks it's a fancy racehorse, but it's not. The rope goes past it.
Yeah.
And it's
there's Tea Biscuit.
Yeah, sort of
clapped out nag.
Clapped out nag.
Clapped out nag.
But yeah, so he's swindled by this dog at this auction. There's going to be a steeplechase. So he enters, and he's not doing very well.
No.
But then, by what I can only describe as pure coincidence, a balloon pops.
Yeah.
And it terrifies Tea Biscuit, and Porky's holding the reins and bolts ahead, wins the race. No question about it. $10,000. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he wasn't even on the starting line. Like, very, very loose weave rules for this race.
Yeah.
Like, Tea Biscuit wasn't on the starting line. He turned up, he didn't have a number. At one point, he hopped out of the fence, legged it across the grass, jumped back over the fence again because he was going the wrong way.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good chance of winning if he'd went the right way to begin with. And if he'd been at the start, he actually probably wouldn't have done too badly without the balloon.
But, you know.
But the balloon happened.
The balloon
and
happened.
And he won.
Just as well.
Yeah. Porky's dad was in it.
Porky's dad was in it. Now, Porky's dad considers his son to be like a, not a ne'er-do-well, but like a useless, like just a layabout.
Yeah, like he's not fulfilling his life's potential.
But we were under the theory that, like, the Porky we know and love, it's not the first Porky Pig there's been. Now, there's the one who turns up at the end, but he looks pretty old.
He's looking a bit haggard.
So I think Porky's dad may be, well, one of two things. Either Porky's granddad kept the role long enough, because he was a beloved Porky Pig, that it skipped Porky's dad altogether. He was too old to start being Porky Pig.
Yeah. So
the Porky we know and love has got the role.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so down on it. Because he's fairly dejected because
he didn't get his chance.
He didn't get his chance to be Porky Pig.
And you're thinking the one that we see at the end
takes
is
it out on. He takes it out on
our little Porky,
our little Porky, our little pink boy, But he's actually resents his father for holding on to the role
for so long,
for too long,
and he ended up getting into farming, kind of stuck.
Yeah, I think that's.
That seems pretty solid.
Because also, that would still make it Porky Senior, etc. Because when Porky because Porky's back on this farm, working on this farm, his dad's farm.
Yeah.
But if his dad's Porky as well, then Porky's egg farm was just his dad's farm. Yeah.
So maybe that hat was really expensive that he bought.
Maybe he did buy the yacht.
They still
you just think it's a very, very nice hat.
It was a very nice hat.
But either way, we can only presume he squandered the money from that haul at the Navy.
Yeah.
And then he's back on the farm. But he's in the money again now, 10,000.
Yeah.
But I think
that's a good
That's what I'm rolling with. I'm rolling with that his dad was missed out on his chance to be Porky Pig.
That's why he seemed a bit...
And that's why he's just like...
bitter. He's
annoyed because Porky's always late for work at the farm. Because he's always off doing Porky Pig stuff.
Yeah.
Like, doing his important, busy work.
Yeah.
And his dad sees it as a pipe dream because it was something he never got to do. And he's like, you can't just go around being an actor.
It's not getting you anywhere, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
And evidently, horse racing is where it should be at.
Yeah, Porky has lucked out on this one though. This wasn't Porky doing well.
No. He was just there holding on to the reins.
Yeah.
That was what he did.
Porky failed over and over again.
Yeah, he bid on a bit of rope.
It's not going to endear him to his father any.
No.
His father's going to be livid.
Yeah, he's going to come home going, Dad, look, I've got $10,000. His dad's going to be like,
fuck yourself, son.
I don't.
I have no son.
Get out of my house. Never darken my door again. But he will. He will darken his door.
Oh, he will.
Oh, he will.
Next time he runs out of money, he'll be back on the farm.
Which might happen
and his
in the
dad
next
will let
episode.
him in because his dad knows it's not really Porky he's angry with.
Yeah.
It's Porky Senior.
Yeah.
Old man Porky.
Porky.
Old white gloves from the end of the episode,
Yeah.
Porky. Old
wrinkle face.
Old
wrinkle face Porky.
Yeah.
But we're going to find out, though. We're going to find out whether or not. Because next episode.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because it's called Christopher Columbus Jr., so I think it might be a period piece.
Oh. It is Porky.
It is, right. Christopher Columbus Jr., but Christopher Columbus spelt with K's. May 13th, 1939. Let's do it.
Do it. Well, what did you make of that then?
So I think... So it was a show, right?
It definitely seemed
It had a starring Porky Pig, like the first card, as Christopher Columbus Jr.
Yeah, so they were identifying it.
And Porky Pig seemed quite keen throughout to, like, when it got a bit silly, go, no, that's not how it went down.
Simmer down.
So I think we've got to take it as read that is the accepted story in the Tooniverse of their Christopher Columbus equivalent.
Yes.
Christopher Columbus Jr. with K's.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of fantastical things and such that remained in. Like he was like, sea serpents, that's silly, that didn't happen. And then they were there.
They were there. Written in the stars, America this way.
America this way, which, might lead you to believe, maybe it's not that big of a discovery if there's already a big signpost. But there you go.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the interesting in that regard then is that if we're to take it as read that, like, this is what happened with Porky's minor corrections.
Obviously.
Are we saying that there are giant sea serpents? Because that helps the dinosaur theory out.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Still giants. There's giant sea serpents. There's dinosaurs. Like, they are there,
and they could talk. So
they could talk. But were they part of society? Were they? Was that an actor?
Oh, maybe it was.
Was that sea serpent an actor?
Because
also
there was two sea serpents.
Yeah, but there was the pretty big sea serpent.
Yeah.
Which you saw with Porky, right?
Yes.
The really big sea serpent lifted up the boat.
Yeah.
And you saw it with a small sea serpent, but you couldn't really make out. It was much smaller. So possibly that's not a huge sea serpent. It's got a tiny model of a boat on its head. It's got a tiny model of a sea serpent. It's like, it's like Godzilla style.
Yeah.
So, like, they're making it a bit more fantastical for us. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised there's sea serpents though, because like they've got a lot of weird stuff that banging in sea serpents isn't that odd. I don't think
it's true. It's just whether we're just going, that's a thing that there is.
I'm happy to
I think there are
accept
sea serpents, but not sea serpents of the size of the big one.
No,
that's my feeling.
I don't think the sea serpents in the way we used to think there was sea serpents.
The sea serpent that he was talking to.
That was the size.
That's the size of the sea serpent.
Yeah. That big one.
Was just another one that size.
I think that was just like an aspect thing.
Yeah, I think they were having a bit of fun there.
Yeah, they were just going, let's put a little model on his head. And
going a bit kaiju with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it wasn't a very racially sensitive outing.
No, we did have to put our hats on for a little while.
They put a little bit of hats on. There was talk about, like, when he got over there and the Indians had a sign, it was like, try our dandruff cure, but then it was all about scalping.
Yeah.
So that wasn't great.
The Tommy Hawk method.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Could have done without. I mean, the other thing is that, like, because we've been accepting that, like, for a large part, the Toon world's far more open with, like, their history and our history.
Yeah.
With their populace. It's interesting to see them perpetuating the kind of full-on propaganda behind the Christopher Columbus thing. Because Christopher Columbus was a piece of work.
Oh, yeah, he was a hack.
But it's interesting. But if we're to understand that they are far more open with their populace than we have been historically with ours in this world, maybe their Christopher Columbus was better than our Christopher Columbus.
Well, the thing is, like maybe that is just the way it went.
Exactly. On their side.
Yeah.
It's just like that's the parallel.
Yeah.
And I think we have to take it as a given, because Porky Pig was making a concerted effort to correct the silly things.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, Porky Pig has proven time and again that in the interest of show business,
he'll do anything.
He will be like a real racist piece of shit.
Yeah. He will do anything to keep that position, and I mean a large part of that is probably down to his dad poo-pooing it all the time.
But maybe his dad's poo-pooing it. But maybe his dad
doesn't want him doing all that stuff.
Yeah, maybe it's not that he missed his go. Maybe it's that
he just refused.
He's just like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's just wrong. I'm not.
Maybe that's why he missed his go. Maybe he did like one feature.
Yeah,
and then
I'm
not doing that. Maybe he did. Maybe even on his first feature, it was just like, what?
You just walked off set.
So, absolutely not. That's not how I do it.
Yeah, I refuse. I'm not stooping down to that level for that.
Yeah, and then he's tried to explain that to our sweet pink boy.
Like Porky's being dazzled by the stars, isn't he? That's the thing.
Yeah, and like hopefully he'll come round, but I don't think he's going to come round particularly
for quite
soon.
a while. Yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to be a wee while before.
Yeah, maybe this is the darkest Porky. Like, it's just like, can only go up from here, but actually, though we've got something of an affinity with this Porky, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
It is getting worse. It's nearly every episode at the moment.
We need. I think there's going to be a need for a replacement of Porky at some point, because as much as I want him to redeem himself, it's just not happening, is it?
I don't think he's old enough yet to be replaced.
No,
he's got his nephew. Maybe when his nephew comes up a bit.
Yeah,
but he wasn't called Porky. But
no, he wasn't.
Maybe he can still take up the role of Porky.
You could change his name.
If Porky doesn't have a kid soon, then it's only Porky's nephew that could possibly replace him. Because we figured Porky must be late 20s, maybe 30 now. So
he has got time to change his ways, though. He has got time to change his ways. I don't know. I'm holding that hope for him. I'm holding that hope. I think he might do all right.
I mean, the other possibility is that in Porky's Garden, that was his dad.
Ah, okay. And you think that was his...
But then he didn't have... No, because it was still only 10 years difference, and he didn't have a kid in those, so I think that still has to be Porky on his first stab out on his own. I don't know. We've got a lot to think about in that regard. But,
we have.
But, yeah, like... I don't really like where the current actor portraying Porky, how low he will stoop to keep his job.
Yeah, how willing he is to kind of just be a dick.
Like, I think he had a taste of some money, right? Early on with the Gabby Goat bit, and now he can't bear
stop
the thought
himself
of living like a
pauper.
So he just needs money all the time. Which is a shame. He's been corrupted, so...
Yeah, especially just by $sign as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, the next one that's listed with the character listed is Sniffles. So I'm going to take a moment to look up Sniffles and see if he's anyone.
Okay.
It does say first appearance of Sniffles.
It does say first appearance,
which implies further appearances of Sniffles.
Well,
but I don't know who the hell Sniffles is. So
should we
give us a moment to peruse
take
and
a
find
quick break and we'll find out who Sniffles is.
It's fucking Fievel.
It is Fievel.
Fievel.
Yeah, like exactly the same. Like, he's got blue jeans on, he's got a red top and a yellow scarf, and then a hat.
Not familiar, there's a film called An American Tale, Fievel Goes West. And that is the same damn mouse, except for one interesting difference. An American Tale, Fievel Goes West, was a Universal Pictures job.
Look, In Just an American Tale, because Fievel Goes West was the second one, an American Tale, he's got a blue bloody hat on, and so Sniffles.
No, but he doesn't look nearly as much like him in the first one as in the second one. So maybe the actor portraying Fievel in
An American Tale
in the universe was replaced with Sniffles.
Oh, maybe.
We'll find out. Let's see if Sniffles gets out at any point in his.
Maybe he gets poached by Universal.
Yeah, maybe that we'll see how long it is before Sniffles disappears. But let's watch the episode. What's the episode called, Cal?
Let's have a quick little goosey.
We are looking at. I don't know what's happened there.
But there we are. Naughty but Mice,
starring Sniffles,
who potentially goes
on to play Fievel in An American Tale.
Oh, brilliant!
So yeah, that's Naughty but Mice, May 20th, 1939. Unfortunately, we don't speak enough French or Spanish to get the full picture of this Sniffles episode.
No, it's elusive.
Like, there's a fair few of the future Sniffles episodes, but the only one in English we can find has commentary over the whole thing.
Yeah, that's...
So, we'll put... this is the first time this has happened.
It is?
It's a shame it's happened in episode 10.
Yeah.
It'd been nice to get through the 10. So, we're going to have to just operate on the notion that either Sniffles or the mouse portraying Sniffles at some point leaves this Tooniverse to enter a different Tooniverse, reprise the role of Fievel in the second in the sequel to
because it doesn't
An American Tale.
It doesn't look like the same one.
He looks more like he looks a lot like Fievel in the second one.
Yeah, and
it doesn't look as much like Fievel in the first one.
No,
so I think he goes in. They give him some big floppy prosthetic ears, and he goes into
what I'm hoping
Fievel Goes West.
What I'm hoping is that we're going to come across Sniffles again, and we're going to be able to get a better understanding of them.
Yeah, but this episode may have to fall by the wayside. But if anybody can find an English version of Naughty but Mice, not the 1947 Paramount cartoon, but the 1939 Merry Melodies cartoon, without commentary over the top, please do holler at us on the Twitter. We're at TSJ Community. And we'll go back and
we'll
fill
go
in the
back
gap.
to it. And,
that brings us then to probably a nice way to cap off this 10th episode, because this is the final appearance of Egghead.
Oh, it's going to be a big one.
It's called Believe It or Else, June 3rd, 1939.
Let's do it.
What's the skinny, Cal?
Believe It or Else. It seems to be a show where they're kind of going around looking at all the different experiences that are going on. Or at least that's kind of, an idea that I'm taking away from it.
So I felt like it was possibly an advert, like an outreach sort of convention show at a theatre that they go, look, here's all the things you could be enjoying, like all the things you can go and explore in the world.
Yeah,
but an Egghead is continually poo-pooing it.
He is.
He's picketing.
He's got signs saying it's fake.
He's just trying to out it as a lie. So I'm imagining, similar to we had in the variety show, an audience full of eggheads.
Yeah.
And they're all being told, like, these are all the things you can go and do. Which leads me to believe that actually, at least for the most part, all the egghead-centric experiences, the theme parks, the Weird Acme programs, everything, are not put to them as experiences that they could have given their short lifespan. They don't know they're in it.
No. No,
they're rounded up and put in the Egghead commune.
Yeah, and then these are things that they're told that they can do,
like marketed to them like travel. Yeah, like, it's like go over here, like and then they just ship them about.
Yeah, and this one has he's peeked through the veil. Yeah, that's what he's done. He's peeked through the veil and he's went, no, it's all a lie. Yeah, we're probably all going to die very soon, and potentially that is the moment where he's going to become Elmer because of that. It stops that degradation in sentience
to lie. But also, this is the last appearance of Egghead through the portal. Now we've seen a lot of what we are presuming are a lot of different Eggheads through this portal, right? And this being the last appearance means that for the first time that we've seen, whoever's in charge of what's shown to us through the portal, deems fit to go, this is too much of a scandal. We've got to shut it down. We've got to stop showing people the Egghead stuff. Yeah. And hope that they all just forget about it.
Well, yeah.
And people did.
Yeah, I mean...
Because everyone knows Elmer Fudd. When we first sat down, it was like, who the hell is Egghead? Yeah. And you sort of recognised him when you saw him.
But I mean, if
someone had said to me before we started doing this podcast, Egghead from Looney Tunes, I would just be, no, I don't know Egghead. Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure I know who Egghead is.
When we saw him, it's like, oh yeah,
but people do recognise him.
They're brushing it under the rug.
And quite early. I mean, like 1939, summer 1939.
That's outed. Like he's got to be silenced. Yeah.
So I mean, how long do you think it is before he kind of, is it that Egghead who goes through the change and becomes Elmer? And I'm not sure how long it is until Elmer makes his first appearance as Elmer.
Nor am I. And also, it's like, because at this stage he's still got an Egghead body because he got sawn in half and can still pilot it and just go and catch up with his body. Yeah. Because he, after poo-pooing it, he said he didn't believe that sawing in half in the box magic trick. No. He went in there, he got sawn in half, and his legs walked off, and then he caught them up because it's a puppet robot.
Yeah, body. Exactly. It's quite easy to do that.
But the question is, like, if he's the one who becomes Elmer Fudd, where does he get an actual body from?
I think he hatches.
You think the egg hatches?
And there's Elmer!
And a body just comes out of it? Or the full Elmer?
I think full Elmer.
And then there's this weird egg with a big red nose just left on the ground. Yeah. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like caterpillar butterfly.
Yes.
Yeah.
As the brain of the egghead evolves, it actually just becomes a human brain. Yeah. And then the human grows around it in the egg. Yeah. And then the egg hatches and Elmer just sort of emerges.
Because the thing is that he might not necessarily be the only egghead that does it. He's just the first egghead that does it. So we might see other people who are quite similar to Elmer.
Also, depending on how long it is before Elmer turns up, we don't know. Like, is it born out of the egg as a baby and grows up?
Or is it born as a man?
As a man. And also, like, because if it's a while till Elmer shows up, like if it's really soon,
if it's like next week,
then we'll know that he's born as a man.
Yeah, probably just come out fully grown.
If it's a while.
Yeah, if it's a few years, then it could be... Yeah. It's taking them that long to kind of age and mature. Yeah.
Well, if it's a full sort of... like, if it's a good number of years where a human baby would be able to grow up into a man... Yeah. Then we reckon it was a baby. If it's a couple of years, I think we have to go on the theory that it was born a man, but he was the one who ruined it for everyone, and they couldn't keep showing it. And eventually they reconcile their differences and they let Elmer Fudd be something they show.
Yes. I mean, if it's only a few years, possibly he spent those few years going to try to liberate all these camps, all these little communes.
Maybe
and just trying to show.
That would give Elmer a real heavy past.
Yeah, no, it really would. Like, he was a freedom fighter, try and bring sentience to his egghead brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you could be like me. You can go and experience the real world.
Because I'm thinking, like, because as I said, we've seen like human toons who are like proportionally, reasonable, and then there's Elmer Fudd, there's Yosemite Sam. He's also quite diminutive, big head. He might be a freed egghead brother
who really got into the Westworld side of things.
Really got into the Westworld side of things. Yeah. So that's what we're going with then. So that's the last Egghead appearance. So we're happy with all the experiences, the possible experiences we've laid down before.
Yeah.
But also, we think they were sold to Eggheads as if they were human.
Yeah.
And under false pretenses. Still as a sort of charitable effort, but, you know, people don't like being lied to. No. And Eggheads apparently also don't like being lied to.
No.
And that's why they stopped showing us through the portal.
It is kind of like a full Matrix experience. So, you know, like he's woken up and now he's free and he wants to break that veil for the other ones.
Absolutely.
And help them free.
So we then believe that the Egghead who outed everyone, like, because he was not nearly as sort of doolally as...
No, it wasn't. He was just walking around going, that's a lie, that's a lie, this is fake.
This is all shit.
Yeah.
So I like the idea. That egg, he's going to run off now. He's going to be on the lam for a while.
Yeah.
And then that egg's going to hatch.
Yeah, I think it is. And Elmer's going to pop
And either
out.
a baby's going to come out or a full-grown bald hunter.
Full-grown bald hunter. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's a good...
Maybe that's why he hunts all the toons. Because he's angry at them for
lying to him. Maybe. He's just hunting everyone.
It's just like, you're going to die. Boo-boo.
Maybe. So I think that's a good place to leave number 10.
Yeah,
it's like Egghead mythos.
Yeah.
Is
wrapped up.
I mean, we've still got the bit between this and Elmer to see which of those theories we're rocking in with.
Yeah.
But we're not getting any further answers on Egghead.
No.
He's not coming back.
No, he ain't.
So
that's him done.
That we've got our first, absolutely cemented.
We've wrapped that up in a nice little Easter egg bow.
Yeah.
It's good. Nice
I'm
work.
pretty pleased with myself.
Nice work.
Cheers. Right, we'll call that for our 10th episode. If you are just joining and you've been incredibly confused by us referencing things from the past, we're going to put a companion episode out on Friday called the Tooniversal Glossary, which basically will do every 10 episodes.
I think so.
And it will just go through any new terms we coin in those 10 episodes' time, and in that process, hopefully sum up a lot of the theories that are in place as well, so that if you want to catch up quick, you can just listen to those episodes and you'll be sort of with us. Not entirely. Still recommend listening to the ramblings that get us to those ideas. But so every 10 episodes we're going to be doing a Tooniversal Glossary episode, and that will be out on Friday. So tune in for that, or tune in next Wednesday for further confusion, really.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. 10 episodes.
Woo!
Right. Catch you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
If you notice anything that we might have got wrong, or any comments, or you just want to say hello, or goodbye, or good evening, or good night, you can contact us on Twitter at TSJCommunity, or you can drop us an email at thespacejamcontinuum@gmail.com.